I've been in a relationship with my boyfriend for 3 years now. We're not officially living together, but I've been spending most of my time at his place over the past month. About 4 or 5 nights a week. We'd been talking about me moving in with him full-time, and it seemed like it was finally about to happen. Things were feeling good between us, or at least that's what I thought. Then last night, everything suddenly fell apart. I was staying over at his place, and around 2 a.m., I was asleep when I got a message on my phone. I didn't hear it, but he was still awake and picked it up. The message was from a guy I work with, and he started looking through my phone. Some of my messages with this guy had already been deleted, which is something I've done before, but there were still a few left, enough to make him suspicious. He woke me up, phone in hand, and asked, "What's this?" I was groggy, disoriented, and not thinking straight. I told him it was nothing, just some harmless work conversations, hoping we could talk about it calmly in the morning when things settled down. But he didn't want to wait. He kept asking me what was going on, and I stuck with my story. He didn't buy it though, and before I knew it, he was telling me to pack my things and leave. I begged him to let me stay just for the night. I was exhausted, had work early in the morning, and just wanted some time to process everything. But he refused. He was insistent that I leave immediately, even though I wasn't dressed to leave and didn't have time to change. I felt humiliated as I packed up and left in the middle of the night. It was around 3 a.m. by the time I left, still in the clothes I had worn to bed. I went back to my own place, feeling completely shattered. I didn't even go to work the next day. I called in sick because I just couldn't pull myself together. I spent the whole day thinking about what happened, trying to make sense of how everything unraveled so quickly. I felt like I was being punished for something that seemed so small to me. I thought maybe he was overreacting, but he wouldn't give me the chance to explain or apologize in person. A little more context. About 2 months ago, I started getting closer to a guy at work. We work on the same floor but in different teams. One thing led to another, and we ended up having sex twice. The first time was at his place after a group outing, and the second time was in my car after we stayed late at work to finish up a project. Both times happened within the same week, and after that, it stopped. There was no ongoing affair or anything like that. I thought I was being careful, deleting our messages, not keeping any photos, making sure there was nothing obvious on my phone. But then last night the guy sent me a stupid "you up?" text. It was a harmless message, and I didn't even hear the notification go off because I was asleep. My boyfriend, however, saw it, opened the message, and started reading through my phone. That was enough to make him angry. When he woke me up and started asking questions, I panicked. I didn't want to admit anything, so I denied everything. I told him he was overreacting, that it wasn't a big deal. But he wasn't having it. He looked at me for a moment, then said, "Get your stuff and go." I tried to reason with him, but he wouldn't listen. He insisted that I leave right then and there. I left, humiliated and heartbroken. I was in shock and I didn't know what to do. I didn't sleep at all that night, barely ate the next day, and spent most of the day crying. I sent him a text the next morning, apologizing and asking if we could talk. He read the message but hasn't responded. Now, it's been over 24 hours and I haven't heard anything from him. I'm sitting here trying to figure out what happened and if we're really done or if this is something we can fix. I blocked the guy from work. I told him it was a mistake and I wouldn't be speaking to him again. But seeing him every day at work is unbearable now. I'm stuck in this weird place where I don't know how to fix what I've done or how to even begin making it right. I thought everything was going well, and now everything feels like it's falling apart. I feel so lost and confused, unsure of what to do next. Feels like everything's crashing down around me. I tried to do the right thing, but now I don't know how to make it right. Things had been getting serious with my boyfriend and I could feel it. I could sense he was getting ready to take the next step. He'd been dropping hints about proposing, and we talked a lot about living together long-term. There were these little moments, things he said or did, that made me believe our future was finally starting to take shape. I know I haven't completely lost him yet. There's still a part of me that feels like I have a chance and I want to do whatever it takes to make it right. When I had the chance to be honest with him, I didn't go into all the details. Looking back, I'm glad I didn't. I truly believe if he knew everything, it would just push him away. I thought if I gave it a little time I could explain myself more clearly. But now I don't know where to begin. This morning everything fell apart. I woke up to a message from him. No warning, just a screenshot and one sentence. "Am I still hallucinating?" Before I could respond, I saw I had been blocked. Apparently he reached out to the guy I'd been involved with, and to my surprise that guy didn't hold back. He told him everything, how it had been going on for months, how I was the one who initiated it, how I'd said my relationship felt like a chore. He gave him all the details, dates, locations, and even photos. I never expected him to tell my boyfriend all that. I thought maybe he'd deny it or just ignore the message, but instead he went all in. He even told him that I knew exactly what I was doing and was in control of everything. Honestly, as much as I hate to admit it, those words do sound like something I'd have said at the time. I kept hoping we'd talk again. I thought, once the shock wore off, we could sit down and figure things out like we always did. Maybe it wouldn't be fixed right away, but I thought at least we'd talk. But this feels different. This isn't space, it feels like the end. What haunts me now is wondering what I've probably lost. The talks about moving in together, those little comments about rings, maybe they weren't just jokes after all. Maybe he was serious. Maybe he already bought the ring. Maybe he had plans. And now I'll never know. I haven't responded to the other guy. He called from a different number after I blocked him, but I didn't pick up. At this point, I don't see the point. I'm not even angry with him, I just feel numb. I never thought this would be the end, not like this. I never imagined it would fall apart so quickly without even a chance to explain myself. The chance to do that is gone. My boyfriend heard everything from someone else, and that was enough. I've seen people say not to beat myself up over the way it ended. And I get it now. There's a unique kind of grief in losing the future you thought you were building. The late-night talks, the plans, the dreams of growing together. It's a different kind of heartbreak, one I never expected. I know I made mistakes, but that doesn't make what I'm feeling any less real. What's left now is just to keep going, even if reconciliation isn't possible, even if I never get the closure I thought I'd have. Being kicked out in the middle of the night, without a chance to even gather my thoughts or grab my things, will always stick with me. Some might say I deserved it, that it was the natural consequence. But that doesn't make it any less traumatic. I was still in that relationship, still emotionally invested, still living my life in that space. So, yeah, I'm allowed to feel hurt by how it all ended, even if I understand why it happened. Right now, I feel lost, heartbroken, and overwhelmed. But I know I have to show up for myself now. That's all I can do.